Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another ZenChin Yoga class. Today's class is called Good Morning Stretches. I designed this class for you to practice first thing in the morning shortly after you roll out of bed. We'll be moving a little bit slower and holding our stretches a little bit longer than we typically do. So if you would like to have a cup of coffee or a cup of tea nearby, I invite you to make that before you begin today, and you will have plenty of opportunities to take sips in between your stretches. I will not be using any props for class today. However, if that's in your practice, I invite you to gather them before we begin. I do have my 2 blocks nearby. I always have my blocks nearby just in case. And I'll invite you to bring them in during our practice so you know when and where to invite your blocks in. So if you are ready and you have your tea or your coffee ready, roll out your mat, gather your props, and meet me in a comfortable seated position. Come to a comfortable seated position. Close your eyes. You can leave your hands at heart center, or you can let them rest in your lap in a comfortable spot. Take some long, deep inhales and long, deep exhales through your nose. And use these breaths as a way to bring you into this present moment, gently and lovingly waking up your cells in your body. Take a moment to tune in, check in on everyone, see how your body is feeling. On your next inhale, take a long, deep inhale through your nose. And exhale, side out your mouth. One more long, deep inhale through your nose. And exhale, side out. Take another inhale. And on your exhale, gently open your eyes, allowing the light to come in and your eyes to adjust to your surroundings. On an inhale, lift your arms up overhead. And exhale, gently twist to your right, bringing your right hand behind you, somewhat like a kickstand. You can leave your left hand in front of your shins, or if you want a little bit of a deeper stretch, you can place your hand right on your right knee. But find your stretch. Take a long inhale, lengthen through your spine, and gently twist a little more to the right on your exhale. Gaze to the right. Find your twist, because we're going to stay here for a few breaths. Every inhale you take, lengthen through your spine, and every exhale you take, see if you can twist a little more to the right. And we're going to stay here for 5 breaths. There's 1. 2. 3. 4. And 5. On your inhale, come back to the center and lift your arms up overhead. And exhale, twist to the other side. Bringing your hand in front of your shins or to your knee. Inhale, lengthen through your spine, and exhale, twist a little more to the left. Gently gaze to the left, allowing your eyes to rest where it naturally sits. On your inhales, lengthen through your spine, and exhale, see if you can twist just a little more. And we'll stay here for 5. 4. 3. 2. and 1. Inhale, come back to the center, lift your arms up overhead, and exhale, lower your right arm down to the mat. Walk your fingers out, and we're going to stretch. Do a side stretch over to the right. So you find how deep you would like to go in this stretch. You can stay with your fingers out a little bit further if you'd like, or you can even come down to your forearm. But you find your stretch, lengthen through your left arm, stretching, feeling that stretch in your left side. You can stay here, or you can gently open your chest and gaze gently up towards the left, as if you're trying to look at your left armpit. You find your stretch, your side stretch, find where it's comfortable, and we're going to stay here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. If you're looking up towards the sky, gently look down towards your right hand. Come up onto your right fingertips if you're on your forearm, and walk yourself back in. Lift your other arm up towards the sky and exhale, lower your left. Walk out to where you can feel that stretch. You can keep your arms straight above, or on an exhale, you can begin to lower to the mat, bringing your arm up almost in line with your right ear. Again, you can stay as is, or you can open your chest, gazing up towards the right. Find your stretch that works for you. You don't want to make sure your sitting bones stay on the mat. And we're going to stay here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. If you're looking up towards the sky, gently gaze down to your fingers. Come up on your fingertips if you're on your forearm, and walk yourself back into center. Stretch up overhead, one big stretch, and exhale, lower your arms. Let's come on over to our tabletop. Hands in line with your shoulders, shoulder width apart, and your knees are right underneath your hips and they're hip width apart. And we're going to move through 3 rounds of cat-cow. So on an inhale, tilt your pelvis, bring your heart center through your arms, gently gaze up into your into your cow. Exhale, round your spine, pushing the mat away, letting your head drop between your arms into your cat. Inhale into your cow. Exhale into your cat. Be very gentle with your cat and cows. See if you can follow the motion on your whole breath. So as we move through our cow, we're going to take a long, deep inhale. And as we move through our cat, we're going to take a long, deep exhale, letting the movement match with our breath. The length of our inhales and the length of our exhales. Let's do one more. Long, deep inhale through your through your cow. Long, deep exhale through your cat. Next inhale, come back to center. Stay for the exhale. Tuck your toes. And on inhale, we're just going to lift our knees and hover over the mat. And we're just going to hold here for 3. Puff up your back, gripping the mat with your fingertips. 2. And 1. Exhale, lower your knees. On an inhale, step your right foot forward in between your hands. We're going to set up for our crescent. So you might scoot your back knee back a little bit. You don't want to be directly on your knee. You want to be on the flesh right above your knee. So come up, rest your hands on your thigh. Get comfy in your crescent, and we'll stay here for 3, 2, and 1. Bring your hands to heart center. Option to stay here, or if you want to invite a little bit more of a back bend and a heart opener, open your arms out into cactus, really opening your chest up towards the sky. Taking long, deep inhales and long, deep exhales, and we're going to stay here for 5 breaths. There's 4. 3. 2. And 1. On your next exhale, bring your hands to heart center and lower back down to hands and knees. On your next inhale, tuck your toes, lift your knees, letting them hover over your mat, puffing up your upper back and gripping the mat with your fingertips, and we'll hold here for 3, 2, and 1. Exhale, lower your knees. Next inhale, bring your left foot up in between your hands, and we're setting up for crescent on this side. So scoot your back knee back so that you're on the flesh above your knee. You're not directly on your kneecap. Come up, letting your hands rest on your thigh. And we'll stay here for 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, bring your hands to heart center. Option to stay here or open your hands out into cactus, opening your heart up towards the sky. Find your crescent for this morning, and we're going to stay here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. On your next exhale, bring your hands to heart center and lower them back to the mat, scooting your knee back to meet your right knee, and then come up forward onto your belly. We're going to set up for our Sphinx. So your elbows are shoulder width apart, and they're either, I'm going to scoot back so you guys can see, they're either right in front or right underneath your shoulders. Fingertips are wide, forearms are flat on the mat. As you inhale, you'll feel a sensation of rolling your shoulders back, bringing your heart center through your arms. You'll feel a sensation as if you're pulling the mat towards your body without actually doing that. Doing that invites a little bit of a deeper back bend, so you find what works for you. See if you can keep from clenching your butt cheeks to allow for that back bend to happen. However, if your lower back is feeling a little finicky this morning, especially since we just got out of bed, I invite you to keep clenching those butt cheeks if that makes your back feel good. But find your Sphinx, and we'll stay here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Exhale, lower down, stacking your hands on top of one another. Bring your forehead to your hands. Just shake out your thighs. Rock your hips back and forth. On your next inhale, plant your hands and come back up into your tabletop. And let's move back into our child's pose. Move very carefully, very gently, very lovingly. Lower back might be feeling a little activated from doing our Sphinx. But we'll stay here for 3, 2, and 1. Your next inhale, look forward. Come back up into your tabletop. Step your right foot forward in between your hands. Option to stay here if this is comfortable for you, or I invite you to try tucking your back toes and lifting your back knee. You're gonna activate your back leg's quad, so your upper thigh, your quads, everything's gonna activate in that leg, and you're gonna push back through your heel. Try to come up onto your fingertips. Lengthen your neck, or lengthen your back and your neck as much as you can. Find your high or your low lunge here. We're going to stay here for 3, 2, and 1. Plant your fingers and just begin to rock back and forth. And we're going to do this for 3, 2, and 1. On your next exhale, lower your back knee, bring your right knee back to meet, and step up into your first plank. Set your plank up. You can stay on hands and knees if that's more comfortable for you, but you want to puff up your upper back, grip your fingertips, find a strong, stable plank, and we're going to stay here for 3, 2, and 1. Exhale your knees back to the mat. Inhale, step your left foot forward in between your hands. Option to stay here or tuck your back toes, lift your back knee, push back through that back heel. Activate this back leg. Come up onto your pointer fingers, just the tips of it. This is an area, a spot too, if you want to use your blocks, you can have blocks underneath your hands as well. So let's just stay here for 3, 2, and 1. Plant your fingers back down and begin to move back and forth. Just rock very gently. For 3, 2, and 1. Exhale your right knee back. Left knee comes back to meet, and we're coming back up into our plank. Find your plank. Puff up your upper back. Grip your fingertips on the mat. And we're going to stay here for 3, 2, and 1. Exhale, lower your knees back to the mat and come back towards to sitting on your heels. So this is going to be a wake up for our toes. We're going to start our toe stretching. So you're going to tuck your toes, and I want you to try to even get, so all your toes, including your pinky toe, your baby toe, try to get them all onto the mat. And lean your hips. Sit back onto your heels. Hands to heart center. Close your eyes. And we'll stay here for 3, 2, and 1. Gently open your eyes, rest your hands in your lap. Option to stay here, or you can always untuck your toes, or even if you need to kick them out a little and come back, you can do that. We don't stretch our toes out a whole lot, so this might feel a little intense, which is, it's okay because it's new for our body, and the more we practice it, the better we will feel in everyday activity. So if you're coming with me and tucking your toes, retuck your toes. Again, you don't need to tuck them. You can lay with your toes flat. But bring your hands back behind your back, clasp them. And on inhale, you're going to roll your shoulders back, opening your chest, and just reach as if you're trying to touch your knuckles to the mat. So find where you can go, keeping your stretch, opening your heart. Gently gaze up. And we're going to stay here for 3 long breaths. So 3, 2, and 1. On your next inhale, gently come up out of that open hearty, I guess I just made something up there. Shake your arms out. If you need to come forward, shake your toes out. Remember, we're showing ourselves lots of love and kindness. Together, we're working with our bodies to change our world. So if you're coming back in that toe tuck, come back in that toe tuck. Clasp your fingers once more and turn your palms out and push them forward towards the opposite side of the room. Take a long deep inhale, and as you exhale, you're going to round your spine. So as if we are doing our cat spine. Let your head drop in between your arms and push. Push your palms away. And we'll stay here for 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, gently come up, and exhale, shake your arms out. I'm going to turn to face you so that you can see what we're doing next. Keeping your toes tucked, or if you need to flatten your toes out, you can. Toes are probably starting to wake up quite a bit. On an inhale, reach up above, reach towards the sky, and exhale, let your right hand come towards the mat. Inhale, extend through that left side, and exhale, side bend to the right. And we'll stay here for 3, 2, and 1. Next, inhale, gently walk your fingers back in and lift up, stretch towards the sky. Exhale, lower your left hand down to the mat, walk it out to the left, and side stretch to the right. Really feel that stretch in your side. This is not about how deep you can bend over. We're just simply going to where we feel that stretch on the right side. And we're going to stay here for 3, 2, and 1. Next inhale, look towards your fingers and walk them back in. 1 more good long stretch towards the sky. Exhale, hands to the mat. Come up out of your toe tuck. Flutter them on the mat just to get the blood flowing back into your toes. And then let's sit back on our heels just in a simple hero's pose. Heels, your bum towards your heels. And let's just move through a couple of neck stretches. So I'll face you. Bring your left hand to rest on the top of your head and gently guide your left ear towards your left shoulder. You can keep your right hand towards the mat, or you can even bring it towards your shoulder to allow a little bit of a deeper stretch. And we're just gonna stay here for 3. You can invite some movement in if that feels good, or you can stay still. 2. And 1. Inhale, come back to center. And exhale to switch sides. The right hand towards the top, right ear towards your right shoulder. Left hand can be out on your mat, or you can bring it to your shoulder. You can invite movement in or keep still. Find what feels good for your neck. And we'll stay here for 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, come back up to center, and exhale. So we're going to roll over onto our back. Bring your knees in towards your chest and just squeeze it in. Gently roll your knees in one direction. Give a little bit of a baby massage to our lower back. Reverse your direction. On your next exhale, plant your feet back on the mat. Hips width apart, palms flat on the mat. And you have the option here to use your block if you would like. Otherwise, we're going to move into our gentle bridge. So lift your hips up towards the sky. If you're using a block, I would recommend medium or lower height. And put that right where your butt crack begins. So gently roll your shoulders under if that feels good to allow for that back bend. You can even take your elbows and push them in like this, if that is comfortable for you as well. Find your bridge. We're going to stay here for 5 breaths. So really focus on your deep inhales and deep exhales. Just 5, 4, 3. Make sure your knees are not splaying, if that's even a word, out to the side. You want to make sure they stay in line with your hips. It's 2. And 1. Exhale, lower your hips to the mat. Give a couple butt squeezes there. Just to help your lower back. Take advantage of the upward heart opener, back bend, all that good stuff. Bring your knees in towards your chest. Squeeze your knees in. Head towards your knees. Hug it out. And exhale. Lower down into your Shavasana. Let your feet drop out to the side. I'm going to scoot. Kind of got off my mat there, so I'm going to scoot up. Feet drop out to the side. Shoulders gently roll under. Opening your palms up towards the sky. Take some long, deep inhales and long, deep exhales just to help you arrive into this moment of rest. Close your eyes. Check that you are not clenching your jaw and just completely relax. Let your body just sink into the mat. Quiet your mind, quiet your body, and take rest in your Shavasana. I invite you to stay in your Shavasana for as long as your morning allows you to. Otherwise, begin to lengthen your inhales and your exhales. Invite some movement into your body, wiggling your fingers, wiggling your toes, rolling your wrists out, whatever feels good. Be very gentle to wake up your body. On your next inhale, bring your legs in together. Stretch your arms up overhead. Stretch as long as you can. Just reaching for the opposite sides of the room. And then on your next exhale, roll over. Bring your knees in towards your chest and roll over to your favorite side, allowing your bottom ear to rest on your bottom arm like a pillow. And as you lay here, honor yourself, thank yourself for taking this time to come to your mat, especially first thing in the morning. You deserve to make yourself a priority. You deserve happiness. You're worth that happiness. You're worth all the self-love that you can give yourself. You are worth it. You deserve it. Perhaps take this moment to think of 3 things that you're grateful for. Starting your day with some gratitude. On your next inhale, push through using your bottom hand to guide you up to a seated position. See if you can come up with keeping your eyes closed. Bring your hands to heart center. Gently bow towards your heart center. And let's take a long, deep inhale through our nose. Exhale, side out. One more, just like that. Long, deep inhale through our nose. Exhale, sigh it out. Continue your inhales and exhales through your nose, taking a moment to tune back into your body. Notice the slight vibrations of all the cells in your body. They're awake, they're coming to life, they're ready to support you in your day. May you be happy. May you be peaceful. May you love and be loved. Thank you everyone for joining me on your mat today. I'm so happy that we were able to practice yoga today. It's truly an honor to be here to share your practice with you and to guide you even on a portion of your yoga journey. If you haven't already, please like this video and subscribe to the channel. And then let me know in the comments how you are feeling right now. How did this practice make you feel this morning? Are you ready to take on your day? Maybe let me know the 3 things that you're grateful for. Let me know what else you're going to do today to make yourself a priority, to put yourself number 1. Show yourself a little more self-love later on today. Let me know in the comments. Head on over to my website, ZenChinYoga.com, if you would like to sign up for my weekly newsletter. I send all sorts of goodies your way directly to your inbox. I send the videos. I even have a live schedule. So on my schedule, I teach 1 live class a week, at least for now. If you're interested in practicing with me live, head on over to ZenChinYoga.com and check out the schedule there. Again, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you all have a beautiful, wonderful day, wonderful week, wonderful month. And I will see you all again very soon.